All right, we made it back to the gym. Undoubtedly, I feel like a weird effect of the pregnancy is that it has kept me out of the gym more often than you might expect, just because of, appointments and stuff like that happen in the morning. I have a feeling as well that once the twins are born, that is seriously going to affect it, which is like a problem I'm not sure how I'm going to solve yet, because I will need to find some way to exercise. I don't, but I have a feeling leaving Beth alone in the morning to deal with Luke and two newborns, while they're getting up, not gonna be great. Not gonna be great for her mood. Gonna make me feel guilty. So yeah, we'll figure something out. In general, my whole gym life has been taking some hits or some changes lately since the move. I would say since the move, pretty much every aspect of the new house has been an improvement. We have more room for Luke. We have the finished basement, backyard. It's all great. We have a room for the twins. Hooray! The main glaring issue is the commute time to the gym and work, because I used to come to the gym, which is like 5 minutes away, go home, shower, come back, and now that would add like another 40 minutes of driving to my day that really just can't afford. So I'm having to shower here, which just means you also have to pack a bag the night before and have to leave earlier, so there's less time. It's just, a bunch of adjustments on this front. Still getting used to it. Man, we got some stuff we need to unbox.
Like more than some stuff. I mean, we have pots and pans here, apparently. Same though.
Whoa! I almost sliced right through this, but you got a Weasley sweater!
A Weasley sweater with the...
Whoa!
Wow!
Here are your Christmas sweaters, hope you enjoy.
New Doug!
New Doug! Look, they must think we forgot our names. We're not stupid. We know we're Jen and B. What?
Jordan!
It's a scarf.
A scarf?
This looks like a Scooby-Doo scarf. I'm wearing them all now.
Amazing. For Scott, I could not find a Hogwarts house, but I heard he liked Scooby-Doo.
I was right!
I didn't want him to feel left out, so I made him a Scooby-Doo themed scarf.
Well, for future reference, Scott's a Ravenclaw.
He is, but also he loves Scooby-Doo.
Also, he does, and he wears lots of scarves. I have one from Helena, Travels with Trolls. 2J. Happy birthday! It's just a journal. Or a to-do book. Perhaps I shall actually fill it with the genuine story, Travels with Trolls. It's giant pop vinyl Olaf. Boom! Boom! Let's open it. Look at him. He's so adorable. He's got the permafrost on him.
I like the way he his head turns, because it just it kind of reminds me of him. He's like,
Samantha. This says don't open with a knife.
I'm gonna be very, 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 very careful.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Oh my, it's a whole grab bag of treats.
Knoppers!
Knoppers, that's right. Look. What you fell over for? Just orange hard candies?
Tofifi.
Tofifi.
Why have we talked about Tofifi before? Katzenzungen.
Check it out. We are at the old house this morning. I've had to pick up a few loose ends that I guess we left from a closet. I always think I've gotten everything the last time I came here, but then Beth will be like, oh, but did you get the box of spare parts from beneath the kitchen sink in the upstairs bathroom through the secret hole in the floor that leads to the other dimension? And I'll be like, no, I guess I missed that one. And sure enough, there it is. It is so weird being here though. This is the old set room. This was a Super Carlin Brothers set. The blue wall is gone. But look at this. Look at this. When I went full time, this was the room that was Super Carlin Brothers. 3 people worked in this room, and it was the set at the same time. It's like smaller than the room I call my office right now. How did we do it? At the very least, the people will be somewhat aware, I think, that we were on YouTube. Possibly they will find us. Boy, look at the old logo. Woo! I can't describe how weird it is being in this house though, especially when it's been like a month or two and now it's just all empty, and because it's like my brain has all these muscle memories from this house about where everything's supposed to go, and like how, like all the lights, I know what all the light switches in this house do. I do not know what all the light switches in my current house do. Like, I know they turn on lights, but I'm not confident about which set of lights will come on based on which switch I hit. You know, like, that's still not there. Like, the sink is backwards at the new house, the big side is on the left and the small side is on the right, and it just messes with me. Plus, then you've got like a bazillion memories, of course, in any given house. Like, even just this room here, I remember right when Beth and I first bought this house, we'd just gotten engaged, we were not married yet, and this room was painted a lovely shade of super dark brown, very dark in here, and we went out and we chose this paint color that you can see here, and we came home and we put it on the wall and it dried, and because of the lighting in the store versus the lighting here, we were like, no. We'd like started having this panic attack, like we made the wrong decision, we're gonna paint the walls the wrong color and have to live with it forever. We got to the store, we went through several similar shades and eventually settled on something, and then I noticed that I had some dried paint from the house on my hand, and I held it up to the new shade of paint that we had picked at a different store, and it was the literal exact same color. So we were just like, okay. We freaked out, we got through it. We went home, here you go. But like, this was Luke's first room, and we had a chair over there, the crib over there. We had to renovate it so that it had a bigger closet and didn't have attic access, and it feels so small now. Like, how do we fit all that stuff in here? But it felt much bigger when it was there, and you know, we used to give them baths in there, and like, this is our old bedroom, which also feels unbelievably small all of a sudden, but it never felt that way. One thing I'm not gonna miss is this yard. It looks unassuming, but it was so much work to take care of it. And it was still pretty unusable. It was never like flat, it was always bumpy. I mean, just so, I won't miss it. You guys see this light bulb right here? Ba-boom, ba-boom. The entire time I lived here, I did not know that light bulb was there. I think one of the things that really keeps catching me off guard in the new house is that like, we haven't put everything away yet, and part of that is just feeling like, I don't know where everything goes, which is weird because the new house is like bigger and has more space, and like, you know, I'm the one who gets to choose where it goes, but I don't know where that is yet. Whereas if, you know, for some reason, all of a sudden we had to like move back into this house, like I could just put everything away. Like I know where everything goes here. You know, that's the weirdness. This house has sold, which is great news. We put it on sale like a few days before Christmas, which we were like, I don't know about that, but our realtor said it would be fine, and it turns out she was right. So we don't close until the end of the month. But yeah, sold. Great news. One of the things I'm always curious about when it comes to like houses and stuff is because you make so many memories there, like will the house remember you? And like what I mean by that is, you know, if we came back 20 or 30 years later or something and just like got to walk around, could I identify obvious signs of our own inhabitants in this house? Like I always have, there's the house that we grew up in when we were like from like ages 1 to 12 or something, and I'm always so curious to like if I went back to that house, could I find signs that I lived there? And like obviously you can't, you know, I'll never know. But it is one of those things in my brain that I was like, I wonder. February 14th. So happy February 14th to everyone. Better known in the Super Carlin Brothers community as ystävänpäivä Day, which is to say that is almost definitely not how you say it, because this is how it is spelled. Which, full disclosure, I actually messed it up 3 times writing it, and I was looking at it on screen. So, yeah, in any case though, I'm going to go around and figure out if anyone knows how to say this. Could you please pronounce the word written on this sheet of paper?
Ystävänpäivä Day. Ystävänpäivä Day. Well, there's no day at the end of what you have written on the paper, but I know that that's what you're going for.
I'm gonna say it's ystävänpäivä. Nailed that.
Ystävänpäivä. Ystävänpäivä.
Absolutely not.
No, I have to give me a try.
Ystävänpäivä.
Nailed it.
Really?
No.
Ystävänpäivä.
So the thing about ystävänpäivä Day, which I'm still saying wrong, despite watching the pronunciation video.
No, I feel like at some point
we are changing it.
We're changing. Well, we're not changing the actual holiday. We have created our own, very, very, very directly inspired by one that already exists.
Yes. So the one that already exists is still just Valentine's Day, but in Finland. But rather than celebrating your significant other, you're celebrating your friends. And we were on our podcast discussing how there's no Friendsgiving holiday in America and how we should just do it on Valentine's Day instead. And then we heard from everyone in Finland like, hey, you're not going to believe it, that's already a thing. And then we also added in some other stuff where you're supposed to eat french fries with your friends. And we may or may not have said you should give each other a rock you found that reminded you of the other person. I don't remember that, but people have been tweeting me about the rocks. So anyway, happy ystävänpäivä Day. Appropriately on this lovely ystävänpäivä Day, we are doing a Google Hangout to go hang out with our friends. And of course, we got french fries. Hello!
Hey.
What's up?
We're having our French fries.
What are we working on today, Ben?
We are painting in preparation for Lumos and Knox. That's what I'm calling the twins until they get here.
That's not bad.
I like it.
Which one's the dark one?
Lumos. Because it goes backwards.
All right, check it out. Luke's room is painted. Woo! We've shown him his room. I don't think he has any idea. I don't think he noticed at all. So thanks for that, son. But to be fair, I think he barely even noticed when we moved houses. So that might have been asking a lot to expect them to notice this. And here's the twins' room, where I have to say it is a bazillion times brighter in here. That is something I frequently underestimate, is how much the color of the paint affects the brightness of the room. But it's like almost night and day. But in any case, we have got the dressers assembled, the cribs in the room, we've got the diaper changing station, we've got the walls painted. We still do have to decorate a little bit more, but we are definitely getting there. Getting very close.